Hey, what up, Coach Luz? How you doing today?
Hello. How you, Ed?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm surviving. It's hump day. We're halfway through the week. Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
How you feeling about how the week has gone so far? You feeling good? The your boy's been behaving?
Never. No, it's another week in the life of of us. No, the boys are great. They're good fun.
No, awesome, man. Glad to hear it. We'll talk more about that in a sec. But to everyone watching, hello, and welcome. Let me know you guys are here. Pop a comment in the comment section, swipe in, say what's up. And at any point in time during this lovely little catch-up session between me and Coach Luz, if you have any questions, pop them in there, and we'll try to address some of them on the show. Let me see who is logged on today. My computer crashed on me, by the way, literally 5 minutes before we came on. Okay, so we got Miney in the building, Pat's in the building. Hi, Greg. Hope you're doing well. Jethro, brother, how you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Have you listen, because we were at Jeff Camp together, and that's the first time you and I actually met. But what was your initial impression of Jethro?
Are you asking me? I can't say I'm live.
Because I find the dude has he has a lot of energy when you see him online, but I thought maybe in person he'll be a little bit more turned down. I'm like he's the same. Nah. If no one is there, he's that energetic.
I wish you could bottle that and just give it to everyone, just that feeling of being alive as opposed to just living is very awesome. Yeah. It didn't disappoint.
I find me, I fake it well, but when I'm by myself in my zone, I'm switched off.
I guess we all do that.
So tell me, Luz, being a busy mom and a busy career woman, how do you balance it all? I find, because for me, I don't have any kids. I'm not married, so my day is my own. I do my own thing when I feel like it and whatever needs to get done. But you managing a family, you're a Jeff coach. How do you find time to balance it all?
Don't sell yourself short, Ed. You have to look after that burger. Did everyone see his video? Sorry, if you didn't see his video, you have to watch it. Oh, he's going to get the burger. There it is. I had a moment actually last night with the kids when I was thinking I should have just stuck with the burger and not the children. But look, I slightly feared you asking me about balance. I don't know that we ever strike balance, but it's a lot of fun. It really is. And I've loved working at Jeff because it lets me be me again and not just mom. And that was really important for me. I had a lot of years where I was, and I don't mean to say just mum, but it's a bit of a feeling, I suddenly can be me again, which is very cool.
I can't really relate, but I can imagine it is, especially for the first couple of years, you go from being your own person to I'm now this other being's protector and resource and shelter and all that. So I can imagine what you're saying.
Yeah, it's hectic actually. It's so I was always a bit of a free spirit, growing up, I loved adventure, and then it wasn't kind of my dream to have kids and settle down, and it all happened, which I'm very, very grateful it did. But you suddenly go to everything changes. So it's quite a thing, and suddenly all the things you could control, you can't any longer. So you kind of have to relearn it, which is, it's a journey in itself, but very cool.
That's actually pretty cool. So tell me, do you still manage to for yourself now? Do you still manage to exercise and do all the self-care stuff for yourself?
Yes, but it took me a long time, if I'm honest. And I suppose that's my kind of passion now is I want to get the moms before they leave it too long, because I did. So for my first, I've got 3 boys. So with my first, I really was sideswiped. I was like, I'd been doing my own thing, and then suddenly I stopped to look after a child, and I sort of forgot that it was okay to do anything for me, like 100% focused on new baby. And so it probably took me 3 years actually before I hit a point where I said, I need to have a full cup to be able to do this well. And then and I've never looked back. If you can get that exercise routine in and looking after yourself, everything else is better. So yes, nice. In short.
No, that is amazing. I'm glad. And I often say, like, listen, striking a balance for anyone, whether you have kids or you don't have kids, everyone has something going on. So I find like striking a balance in all the commitments that you have. It's how I like saying it is, listen, you've been dealt a certain deck of cards, and you need to play the cards you dealt. There's no use complaining about them, because those factors aren't going to change. Your family isn't hopefully going to disappear one day on you. So if you can't remove the variable, you need to play with that variable as this, you know?
Exactly. And that's actually is true of everyone. You know, you just got to make the best of your situation. And sometimes it's an unfair one, but you know, no one else is going to help you. You actually just have to, you have to do something about it. You have to make it better.
That is awesome. And tell me, how helpful is hubby? I don't actually know his name. What's your husband's name?
Brendan. I don't know whether I can be honest on here. Can I?
Go for it. No,
absolutely incredible. Look, he is amazing. And since I've been with Jeff, he does a lot of the school pickups, which is a massive help. But I think a lot just often falls on mum, regardless of how helpful someone else is. And maybe that's our own fault. Maybe that's something we put on ourselves. But yeah, I'm very lucky in that respect. He's always fully supported me. So yeah, it's been very cool.
That is amazing. So tell me, in your own downtime, what kind of exercise are you doing? What are you doing for fun? Do you like hiking? Do you like indoors, outdoors? What are you doing?
Ooh, chasing children around. No, do you know, for me, and actually part of what I love about South Africa as well is just being outdoors. So hiking, beach, boats, fishing, surfing. I love the lot. Anything that's outdoors for me.
Yeah,
but I suppose for me, sorry.
No, go.
I was going to say, for me, I've always had a love for hiking. That's my walking therapy.
I was going to say, like, you and I could not have like a weekend getaway together, because I'm very indoors in my little shelter. If I actually have blackout curtains in every room in my apartment.
No, we need to have a weekend together. I need to change that.
Oh, listen, closer people to me than you have tried and failed. I don't think it's going to work.
You're underestimating me, Ed. I can do it.
No, go.
I was just going to say, there's literally nothing better. And you cannot make an excuse in South Africa. We just have the most spectacular places, like even to go to, say, Chapman's Peak and look at the view. Like, come on.
No. Anyway, but tell me, I had a train of thought now and I lost it. I was going to ask you in and around that, like, what's the nicest hike that you've done? What's your favorite one?
So before children, actually, I used to run overseas challenges, which were pretty much all hikes. Gosh, my favorite. I've done so many amazing. I mean, I've done Grand Canyon, Kilimanjaro, Everest Base Camp, Annapurna in Nepal, China Wall. I've done loads. So I can't choose a favorite. They were, all incredible. But South Africa, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I used to run overseas charity challenges. So you would get groups together, often for the cancer charities, and they raise money, and then you go overseas with them and do these amazing challenges, but really epic. And I think actually that's probably why I adjusted to having children it was hard because I'd done all these amazing things and then suddenly I had to stop. Obviously it was worth it, but
it's okay. Your kids won't watch this. You can tell them they ruined your fun.
I tell them all the time. No, I don't. But they are so funny. Like they'll often, like we'll talk about stories or I'll show them pictures and they're like, no, Mum, that's not you. Like they refuse to believe that I was even remotely cool before.
But listen, like your kids must get their sense of humor from you, because I find you're one of the funniest people I know. Like your dry sense of humor just absolutely kills me.
It's the British sarcasm, hey.
Speaking on that, like how long have you been in South Africa for?
Coming up to 11 years, I think. Yeah, so it's home. It feels like home. I'm often surprised when people say, "Oh, you're not from here," and I think, "How do you know?" Like you forget. I don't hear my accent.
It's still there. It's still very much there.
Posh Brit.
Okay, what made you do the move? Like what inspired you to uproot your life and like move over?
So I actually met my husband on a hike that I was doing. I arranged a challenge for 40 women for breast cancer care, and we all came to South Africa and did an amazing challenge. It was so cool. We went up to Swellendam and we finished at Table Mountain. And his brother ran the ground handling company, Genman Safaris. They arranged all of the stuff that we did. So I met him through that, and never looked back.
That is so cool. I've often thought about like, oh, could I move to a different country, and which country would I move to? And thankfully Jeff's all online, so I wouldn't have to find a new job. I could just move and it'd be a thing. So like that's actually pretty cool. I will admit though, I prefer the UK climate to here, because again, like I like dark. I like indoors, so gloomy, overcast, rainy. That is like my dream.
No.
Despite my cheery attitude, I'm quite a dark, gloomy person on the inside.
Nah, I don't believe you. Not happening. Ed and I we're in a team together at Jeff. Like we all have our like individual teams, and honestly, I've never met someone you're just the highlight of my day. Every morning you're bright, breezy, and so I'm not believing you. You'll have to convince someone else.
It's cool. I'll keep up the facade. Clearly it's working.
Make it till you make it.
Actually, I read an interesting quote the other day. They were saying how they prefer the statement "fake it till you become it," because if you aspire to be something and project your actions, thoughts, and emotions as the thing you're trying to aspire to be, eventually you grow into that thing.
I think it's true. I really do. You can actually manipulate your behavior like that. It's I'm with you.
It's actually not to go on too much of a tangent, but like I'm quite an analytical person, the way I like to think. So I love watching these like scientific shows and like just general knowledge stuff, nothing too specific. But I was watching one where they did experiments back in the day when ethics was not a thing, and the two halves of your brain are connected by something called the corpus callosum. And what they would do is you can snip that and not kill someone, apparently. And what that effectively does is they realize the two halves of your brain are almost two different people. So one side of your brain makes a decision, the other side of your brain either agrees or disagrees with that decision, and then they both decide on what to do. So if you snip the connection between them, your right arm will do something you're not really aware of, and your left arm will do something you're not really aware of. So there was a point to me telling the story, and I've forgotten what it was.
All I kept thinking is, I'm glad the have changed.
What my point is that the whole you pretending to be in a better mood than you actually are, or like force yourself to smile and it'll make you in a better mood. It has something to do with that disconnect between the two halves of your brain. Like one half is like smiling, and then the other half will accept, oh, if we're smiling, we must be happy. So let's be happy. So it's actually cool how you can hijack your own thoughts like that.
Yeah, I love the geek in you, Ed. I also I did my degree in psychology, and it's my favorite thing ever. Just how cool people are, you know, and actually how predictable our behaviors are as well. We can manipulate so much, but that's just an example. Like we're so cool, aren't we?
Human beings are the best, man.
Yeah,
did you practice as a psychologist at all, or like how that come about?
No, I've just always been fascinated by people, and I'm a real. So I guess my thing is kind of habit change and behavior change. I love how predictable we are, but how unique we are. It's like the most confusing but amazing thing. So no, I never went into practicing psychology. I'm afraid I was a bit of a live wire, and traveling took over for me. I was a bit of an adventure junkie. So that kind of, you know, and I suppose the challenges for me, the charity challenges actually allowed me to probably learn more about people and behavior than my degree. It was, a sort of a true test of human behavior, I suppose.
You know, I actually didn't know that about you, but hearing it now, it actually makes sense, because all the client stories I've heard from some of your clients who've like shared onto the group and onto the community, it now makes sense why you have the impact you have with them, because like you're able to look past the face value of their actions and emotions. You're able to dive a little bit deeper. Would you feel like that helps you connect with your clients a bit more?
Yeah, I think I learned so much from people. So I did 21-day hikes where you're sharing this journey with someone, and often very unwell. I worked a lot with the cancer charities, and there were some properly emotional moments in there. And I mean, something I never forget is people would often say to me they were glad that they'd been unwell, or that they were unwell, because it had meant that they'd learned how to feel alive and be alive, as opposed to just take everything for granted and live. And I feel like I absorbed that, and I witnessed it every day with all sorts of different people, from company owners to, you know, kids that stack shelves at the supermarket, from big to small, to everyone is actually just the same. We all have the same needs. And I think, I've gone off on a tangent, but I just love people. And I think you learn how to get the best out of people. And that's what you're trying to achieve, and make them recognize that you can actually do anything you want to do. If you just want it enough, there's nothing that stops you.
That's powerful, dude. That's profound, and it's so true. I find some of the people who've like impressed me the most are the people who didn't think they could. You know, like someone comes up like, I've tried every diet there is, and nothing's ever really worked for me. The joining Jeff and you being my coach, this is my last ditch effort. After this, I'm gonna give up. And then just for some subtle tweaks to their approach and a little bit consistency, they always come back and be like, I didn't think this was actually possible. Like, this was like my Hail Mary saving grace. And I was like, after this, I'm going to give up. And suddenly it's like, you actually can do this if you apply yourself in just the right way. So it's always amazing to see that sort of thing, you know?
That's the best bit, isn't it? I mean, that's actually all we're trying to do. We're trying to make people understand you can do it. And when they realize that and they start doing it, it's like, I get so ridiculously excited. And when you get their transformation pictures, I can never wait. Like, I'll often do them and send them way before our assessment, because I can feel the excitement of the changes that means for you, and that dawning of you that you can control things, and that you can just do whatever you put your mind to.
It's that belief, man. It's that belief. I was chatting to a friend of mine And he was saying like, oh, dude, like in order to structure my day, like I have to get up like at 4:30 in the morning so I can get my own training out the way and have breakfast and a little bit of meditation time before I start coaching and stuff. And he was saying, oh, dude, you start your day so early and you end your day so late. Like, how do you keep going? And I was saying, dude, it's when you see someone else that you've been helping super chuffed with themselves and just happy and bubbly, and they've made a real positive change for themselves. It's like you almost don't need energy to do that. It gives you energy back, you know?
No, I often think I'm actually quite a selfish person. Like I need it. I thrive on that. Like it's just, and it's the knock-on effect as well. So when you see someone nailing it and know that everything around them is getting better, you know, their relationships, their work, everything. I suppose my mission is that everyone gets that feeling. Like we should all, and we all deserve that awesome feeling like we can conquer the world, you know?
Oh man, that's epic. That is so true. Before I get too interested in our own conversation, let's pop into the comments and see what people are saying. Scroll through. Coach Tash is asking, what are your pet peeves?
My pet peeves.
What grinds your gears?
Gosh, I don't know. I haven't heard the word peeves for ages. Maybe that question. No. You know what? It takes a lot to annoy me, but I don't like people that judge. Like, I think we all deserve not to be judged. You know, don't assume anything about anyone because we all have our own backstory. We all have ours. So, yeah, I always get a bit upset when I see people making comments about other people. And I think, gosh, if you knew they'd heard you, you wouldn't have said it. So I think that's my peeve. Like, don't judge.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Coach Tash is also asking, who's your favorite child? She says just joking, but it's a good question.
I don't like any of them. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't put my neck on the line there. Are we allowed to have favorites? I don't know.
I tell my mom and my dad, because their favorites are obvious, and both their favorites are not me. And I tell them like, oh no, like so and so is your favorite. They're like, no, that is not true. I'm like, deny it all you want. I can see it.
You never have favorites as a parent. You just see the I don't know what the word is. You see the positives in each, and it's different. You know, like some have immensely annoying character traits, and others have great ones.
I'm not the favorite in my family because I'm the one they least have to worry about. I can normally just do my own thing and be fine. Whereas the other two, I hope they're not watching this, need a little bit more hand holding, I think.
Yeah, but then you're probably secretly their favorite.
I'm to be ventured forward. I'll have another conversation with them. Maybe they'll be honest this time, but not about me. I want to do a little lightning round with you. So just quick answers. What's your favorite food?
Chocolate. I'm sorry. Has to be. Lindt dark chocolate for the win.
Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, I haven't watched one in years, Ed.
Wow,
I don't know.
really?
Yes, really. I have children. Peppa Pig, maybe. The Gruffalo.
Reasons I don't have kids yet. I'm not ready for that. What's your favorite country you've been to?
Ooh, South Africa. Not gonna lie, I love it. Paradise.
That makes sense. How many countries have you been to?
A lot. I don't know. I've never really counted. I've been to some really obscure places, but yeah, lots.
Fair enough. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have an older sister.
Do you and your older sister get along?
We do, from afar. That's the only thing that's really sad, actually, is you know, when you move countries, you just create that distance. So yeah, but
don't stress me. Me and the brother right after me. We were both in PE, and we still see each other maybe once a month.
Yeah.
But we text though, which is cool. We just like, the less contact time we have, the better we get on.
No, I do. I miss my sister. She's never met my youngest son. 5 years. It's a long time. So
dude.
yeah, we're overdue a visit.
Hopefully when all this COVID nonsense is over, we can do that.
Exactly.
So, what is in your opinion, your biggest accomplishment ever?
My children. I have to say my kids. It's just pretty epic that you can create a human. I think that's pretty cool.
I will admit that is the one pro on the having kids side that does appeal to me, where I'm like I can create another being and then mold and raise them. And then I'm like, yeah, but they'll be so annoying for the first few years.
Yeah, I don't want to disillusion you, buddy, but you might not be able to mold them. You can try.
We'll see.
But it's so incredible. And I felt like that. And actually, I love watching Siri. She's so honest with her journey of pregnancy and now having baby. But it's magical. It's like you actually created a human. It's so cool. And I did it 3 times.
Can we talk about how photogenic her kid is, though? I was like, you were born like yesterday. Why do you look so good? Like takes after the mom, just so good on camera.
Yeah, and you know, Siri's doing such an incredible job, because I don't think enough mums are honest about the realities of what it's like to have a baby. So I've just loved watching her. She's absolutely incredible. Yeah, very cool.
No, she's a legend. Last question I want to ask you is, if you could do one thing, either in actuality or just pretending you can, if you could do one thing with in the next 10 years, what would it be?
I wish I could breathe underwater. I know that's really ridiculous, but I always think how cool it would be if you could just stay down there for a bit longer. It's so quiet, and I'm actually a diver, and that's not enough. I'd like to be able to stay down there for a long time and explore. But it's not going to happen in the next 10 years, I'm afraid.
You have like aspirations to be a mermaid, or what's up with that?
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, unicorn's out of the question, so mermaid. Yeah, that's it. Ed, you're giving it to me. I want to be a mermaid in 10 years.
I love how unicorn is out of the question, but mermaid, that's in the realm of possibility.
Unicorn's taken.
Oh, that is funny. Luz, is so awesome catching up with you. I know, like we talk almost every day, but it's not like all work stuff. So it's nice to just shoot the crap and just enjoy each other's company. So this has been awesome. Thank you for coming.
Pleasure. Look, you did really well, but you just swore.
I don't consider crap a swear word, but okay.
Oh, you did it twice. I've been trying so hard to be good.
If you guys could see how some of our meetings go, especially if it gets a little bit a little bit more emotional, things can get rough. But it's part of what makes us passionate people, man.
Exactly. It's great fun.
So thanks, awesome, guys. Me and Luz are going to be in the comment section. So if you have any questions we didn't quite get into, feel free to pop them on there and we will answer them. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Coach's Corner. Cheers, Luz.
Thank you.
Have a good one.